The ChiLTERN project has some big goals. Finding the best individual treatment for pediatric liver cancer and creating the world's largest pediatric clinical trial are just a few. Behind these goals are the people who work tirelessly to keep things on track, make new discoveries, share results, and most importantly, build a better world for children suffering from liver cancer. To understand the importance of the whole, one must understand the significance of the individual parts. Let us introduce them and their field of work to you.
Hello, I'm Keith Wheatley. I'm Professor of Clinical Trials at the University of Birmingham in the UK. I'm the Project Coordinator for ChiLTERN, so I have overall responsibility for the project. I'm also the lead for two of the work packages, one on project management and another on communication and dissemination. ChiLTERN is the most ambitious research project ever undertaken on children and young adults with liver cancer. So the project requires robust management, including financial oversight, and that's something that we undertake here in Birmingham.
I'm Bruce Morland, and I lead the work package 2 of the ChiLTERN project. This is the FIT trial, and the FIT trial is really the glue that binds all of the study together. In order for us to undertake research on patients, entry into a clinical trial is an absolute requirement. Setting up the FIT trial has been an immense effort across the whole of Europe. It means that at this time, over 130 patients have now been recruited into the trial. We've recruited from over 12 countries, and it's involved over 100 individual hospitals. A truly massive effort. Beyond that, we've had collaboration from our colleagues in Japan and in the United States, all of whom are also recruiting patients into the FIT trial. And globally, over 350 patients have now been entered. What's the motivation for us doing all of this? Well, it's quite simple. What we want to do is to be able to improve the outcomes for our patients. For those patients who already have good survival, this means reducing their side effects. For those patients who have poor survival, the hope is we can improve their outcome. Alongside that is all of the research that we're doing, trying to understand more about this rare type of liver cancer in children, and hopefully have some plans for discovering new science that may lead to better treatments in the future.
Hi, I'm Carol of Germans Trias y Pujol Research Institute. My work package within the ChiLTERN project has two main objectives. First, to collect biological samples from children with liver cancer that are enrolled in the FIT clinical trial, that is the work package 2. And second, to study the biology and the pathology of these rare tumors. Up to now, we have established the most complete worldwide collection of biological samples that includes blood, tissue, and urine. And we have also defined new pathological and molecular tools that increase the prognostic and diagnostic accuracy. The final aim is to use these tools to increase the survival of the patients with liver cancer. I have dedicated my whole career of 20 years to the study of childhood liver cancer. To have the chance to participate in the ChiLTERN project and the FIT trial with the top experts in the field is like a dream for me.
In the FIT study, risk stratification is used to assign patients to the best therapy arm for them. This is based on many criteria. A first step to verify this is to look at older studies with patients who had hepatoblastoma. We checked there whether the risk stratification used would have correctly classified them. First results show that the used stratification allows a good classification. I would like children with this rare disease to receive a therapy that is increasingly better adapted to them and their needs.
The work package 5 is the surgical work package within ChiLTERN. Our main question is to answer whether to perform resection or liver transplantation in patients with advanced hepatoblastoma and to define factors in order to answer this question. For this, we have developed a software processing tool together with our industrial partner Mewis in Bremen, which use the preoperative imaging analysis through CT scan or MRI scan for processing. We have a panel of experts which contributes to our work and which helps defining the factors to answer the question. Every center worldwide could participate and can participate if they want to, if they have cases. Every child with pretext 3 or 4 hepatoblastoma is susceptible to participate in our study. With this part of the ChiLTERN project, we are analyzing one of the most innovative systems that is currently available for preoperative imaging, processing and planning of surgery in children with advanced hepatoblastoma. Our focus so far was to adapt the system that we analyze for the use in children. For this, we first standardized the protocols for CT and MRI imaging to be universally used worldwide and to make it user independent in order to achieve the highest quality of data to be processed. We then created a web-based platform together with our partner Cineca in Bologna, Italy, in order to enable the expert panel to access the data from wherever they are and in order to perform the necessary analysis. Data collection has started. With this, we were a little bit delayed, caused by the late start of the FIT study, but we are currently making good progress and collecting a good amount of patients in our study. We had a lot of energy to put into the acquirement of ethical approval, which we did locally, and the ethical standards in Germany are very restrictive, so this was a high achievement. We have good feedback from colleagues that have been using the system already, and we are confident that this innovative tool will be answering the question in a very, very satisfying way. In Tübingen, we are one of the few reference centers for pediatric surgical oncology in Germany, and liver tumors are one of the main topics of our daily work. Personally, I'm involved with liver tumors since the early days of my medical career, and I also did my habilitation on that topic. The question of whether to perform extreme resection or transplantation in children with extended or advanced hepatoblastoma is one of the most important surgical questions that is currently in the different studies that are out there. And we did some research on this and we shared our results in relevant publications already, but we experienced that in order to have more information on this, we would need to analyze a bigger cohort and analyze it together with international experts. And that was the motivation to perform this analysis together with the ChiLTERN project. Our ultimate goal is to contribute to improve treatment results for affected children, to make surgery safer and as safe as possible, to put as little burden on the patients as possible, and to contribute to shape the quality of life of patients and the families as much as possible.
The work of my research team on the ChiLTERN project involves understanding why we may see differences in the way that different patients respond to chemotherapy in terms of both efficacy but also in terms of the side effects of the chemotherapy. So by understanding differences in the way that drugs are handled, also genetic differences between patients which may predispose them to certain side effects of chemotherapy, may allow us to tailor treatment for individual patients in the future and therefore optimise chemotherapy. The work carried out so far on the ChiLTERN project has involved the development of assays for measuring drug levels to the required level of accuracy and precision, and also the development of novel assays for measuring biomarker proteins that may predict both cardiotoxicity and renal toxicity in patients on the clinical trial. For me, the ChiLTERN project is a great example of how working together at a European level, we can improve the lives of childhood cancer patients worldwide.
We also want to see the results from the different work packages made widely available, not just to the scientific community, but to the public at large. We've also set up a patient and public involvement group to find out what the patients with liver cancer and their families would like to get out of a project such as ChiLTERN. Everyone involved with ChiLTERN hopes that it will lead to major improvements in our understanding of liver cancer in young people and for improvements in treatment as well.
ChiLTERN is a joint effort. The value of each partner across Europe and the world contributes to the whole, thus giving the children with liver cancer and their families a glimmer of hope for a brighter future. ChiLTERN is,
quite simply, collaboration. All of the efforts that we've had collaborating with our international colleagues, with a range of clinicians, surgeons, oncologists, radiologists, pathologists, biologists, nurses, has been fantastic. But the biggest collaboration of all is the collaboration we've had with our patients and our families, without whom none of this would be possible.
ChiLTERN is science for the benefit of the kids.
ChiLTERN shows that many countries can work together to achieve improvement for children with this rare disease.
ChiLTERN is the first true global liver tumor study and thus a huge opportunity for physicians and children all over the world.
Is a great example of how working together at a European level, we can improve the lives of childhood cancer patients worldwide.
ChiLTERN is the most ambitious research project ever undertaken on children and young adults with liver cancer.